The reason why I didn't show up is because I physically cannot be in his presence. I can't. It makes my chest hurt. It makes my stomach turn. It makes me want to throw up. I'm shaking.
It is very clear to me that you are able to speak your mind when you wish to. And I have never found you to be unable to speak in his presence in the past.
Now this is where the situation becomes legally serious. The judge isn't deciding whether her anxiety is real, he's addressing a specific allegation. She was ordered to appear and didn't. Notice how carefully the judge explains her rights before moving forward. She can request a hearing, question witnesses, present evidence, testify, or remain silent. But here's the key point. Feeling overwhelmed doesn't automatically cancel a court order. So the real question becomes, can she provide a legally sufficient reason for missing that hearing?
And you see Mr. Ingersoll with Mr. Trush is present, and Cassandra Ingersoll is with us as well. Ms. Krause, is this yours?
It is, Your Honor.
Can you update me as to this one, please?
For the in regards to the Cassandra one, this was her failure to appear and a show cause for her at the last hearing. And then additionally, I think it's just no, that's it. It's for her failure to appear at the last hearing.
All right, thank you. Ms. Ingersoll, there's an order to show cause against you that indicates that you failed to appear for a scheduled review hearing on July the 10th at 1:30. You understand that allegation?
Yes, sir.
The failure to appear when you've been ordered to appear by the court can be punishable by contempt of court, which could include at a maximum 93 days in jail and or a $7,500 fine. You have the right to have a hearing if you wish to disagree with that. At the hearing, you could represent yourself. You could retain your own attorney. You do not have the right to have a court-appointed attorney. At the hearing, you'd also have the right to see, hear, and question the witnesses. You'd have the right to present your own witnesses and get a subpoena from the court requiring those witnesses to appear and testify. You could testify, or you could choose to remain silent. And if you chose to remain silent, that could not be used against you. The burden of proof would be on the front of the court's office to prove that you failed to appear, and that would be by a preponderance of the evidence. And then you also have the right to appeal. How do you want to proceed today? Do you want to have an attorney? Or do you want to have a hearing? What would you like to do?
I mean, I guess I just...
That's the whole case in a sentence. She says she's too overwhelmed to appear, but she's sharp, composed, and crystal clear the second she wants something. He caught the contradiction without ever raising his voice.
I don't know. I don't understand. I didn't show up because I was physically sick to my stomach. Even right now, I'm shaking. I have so much. I'm sorry.
Did you go to the doctor and get a note indicating that you were unable to appear because you were sick?
No, it's an anxiety, like PTSD, like being involved with Nigel, seeing Nigel, hearing his voice. All of that puts me in severe anxiety. And I physically couldn't bring myself to log in because I know how he is and I know how he acts.
Now watch what she does with her time in front of the judge. Instead of answering the one question on the table, she goes on the attack.
And I couldn't do it. I couldn't. I'm shaking thinking about it right now. He gives me so much anxiety, so much PTSD, and the way he is, he lied to you, first of all, at the last, and I've sent in an appeal for that.
See the move? The hearing is about why she missed court. She turns it into a list of accusations, and it's exactly why the judge stops her.
For that judgment that you made, I've sent in evidence with my appeal as to why I don't think that judgment should go through.
You'll be given an opportunity.
And there it is, the judge draws a very important line. She's absolutely allowed to challenge the earlier ruling, but that appeal is a separate issue from today's failure to appear. Courts have to deal with the matter actually scheduled before them. You can't simply redirect the hearing toward every disagreement you have with the other party. That's why the judge keeps bringing her back to one question. Why weren't you here when the court ordered you to be here? Do you think she's answering that question effectively?
To do that appeal, I'm not here taking that away from you. You certainly have that ability to appeal if you wish. The only question was why you failed to appear, because the court ordered you to be here, and you've been here in the past. I had no choice but to move forward with Mr. Ingersoll's requests and to issue a bench warrant for you, or an order to show cause for you, for your failure to appear.
I understand that. That's why I'm here.
Okay. All right. So the order that you were referring to set some parenting time for the summer, and then alternating holidays moving forward, and then a review hearing in April of 27 to find out what we're going to do about next summer. So that's still in place until and unless there is a change based on your appeal. So you certainly have the right to make your appeal, and I'm not going to stop you from doing that. The only issue is, what do I do about today for your failure to appear last time? The fact that you showed up today is really what the court is trying to get you to do, which is to show up when you're supposed to show up so that the court has access to both sides of the information.
I usually do. I just couldn't. I couldn't even physically speak.
I understand that. So, and the fact that you appeared today shows me that I shouldn't have to worry about you showing up in the future.
Brutal and fair. He's telling her, I'm not saying your story isn't real. I'm saying this is the wrong room and the wrong day for it.
You may need to speak with a counselor or a therapist of some kind, or have somebody that can sit with you or help you maintain your anxiety at an acceptable level. I'll leave those things to you. But we are doing this in a courtroom, and most of the time we're doing this via Zoom, so you don't have to be in the same room as him. And so that should
I
be some
understand that,
comfort
but
to
he lies to you. He lies to you, and every time we've been together over court, he's lied to you. And every time I try to defend myself, we both get reprimanded. He's a narcissistic, pathological liar.
Ms. Ingersoll, today is not about him. Today is about you.
Okay, well, that is why I didn't show up, because I cannot function with him around, in view, in sight, his voice, anything. He's given me so much PTSD. He's lied so many times to you guys, and you have a plethora of paperwork against him. I shouldn't even be sitting here right now. He should have zero rights to any children. He's abusive, and you have proof of that. He's abusive to women.
Ingersoll.
He's abusive to all of his children.
Ms. Ingersoll.
I'm not going to allow my child to be abused.
So how does he handle the no-show? Here's where most people expect the hammer to drop.
I'm not going to. You are asking me to go against my motherly instinct and give my child up to somebody who is a proven abuser. I'm not going to do it. I can't. I'm not going to go against my motherly instinct.
We're not here about that today. Ms. Ingersoll.
That is what we're here about. That is exactly what we're here about. I didn't show up because...
He gives her one break and draws a bright line under it. Miss the next date, and those 93 days stop being a warning.
He's a liar. I didn't show up because he is a narcissistic liar.
Ms. Ingersoll?
I couldn't sit in a courtroom and not have something to say.
It's clear to me that you know how to say things.
Not when he's sitting there, because he doesn't allow me, and neither do you.
You're doing it right now.
Yeah, because he's not here to bombard me and interrupt me.
He is here. Ms. Ingersoll, he is here. He's in a panel on my screen, just like he is every other time. So,
okay, and any other time we can hear each other and he can talk.
Ms. Ingersoll?
And we can see each other. Listen, I'm telling you, the reason why I didn't show up is because I physically cannot be in his presence. I can't. It makes my chest hurt. It makes my stomach turn. It makes me want to throw up. I'm shaking.
Anything else that
Wait for that ruling because this is probably the biggest twist of the hearing. After all the arguing, the judge reveals that he was actually prepared to give her a break. Because she showed up today, he's choosing not to impose a sanction for the previous absence. But that mercy comes with a warning attached. The judge is basically saying, I'm giving you another chance today, but don't mistake that chance for permission to ignore future hearings. Would you have given her the same break?
you want to tell me before I get a chance to say something?
No, say whatever you want.
Thank you. Please listen carefully. If you had not gone on that rant, what I was going to say was that because you showed up today, I'm not going to take any sanctions against you. It is very clear to me that you are able to speak your mind when you wish to. Mr. Ingersoll and his attorney are present today, just like they have been for every other court hearing.
And then the father's attorney raises the thing that actually matters this week.
And I have never found you to be unable to speak in his presence in the past. So I will expect you to be at every court hearing in the future. If you wish to make an argument that you believe what he is saying is not true, you will be, like you have in the past, given an opportunity to do that. And I will make a decision.
That word, my kidnapping, it lands hard. Watch her reaction.
In an individual case, whether or not I believe him or I believe you. But simply ranting isn't going to get you or anybody else where you need to go. So for today's purposes, there will be no sanction against you because you showed up. In the future, if you fail to show up, I will sanction you then because you have been warned now. Have I made myself clear?
Crystal.
That's all. That's all for today. Thank you very much.
Your Honor, if I may.
Mr. Trush?
I know this isn't exactly what we're here for today, but I mean, I do want to at least address it so that it's clear to everyone. At the last hearing, the court did order 2 weeks of consecutive parenting time to take place in August. I've reached out to Mrs. Ingersoll, and communicated that to her that order is in place. She indicated to me that she intends to appeal that order, which obviously she's welcome to take whatever legal courses are validly available to her then. Frankly, I think she's past her timeline for it, but that's not here nor there right now. By my math, unless that exchange takes place by Monday, there's no way that she could possibly comply with that order, which still remains the valid order of the court at this time. I have indicated to Ms. Ingersoll I am willing to assist in the, making the arrangements for that. But I think I do need to indicate that if the exchange doesn't take place by Monday, we're going to have no recourse other than to file a violation of parenting time with friends.
Now the stakes jump dramatically. An existing parenting time order remains in effect unless it is changed, stayed, or replaced by another valid court order. Simply filing an appeal doesn't automatically mean the original order disappears. That's why the attorney is warning her that refusing to comply could potentially trigger further court action. This is a critical lesson in family law cases. An appeal and a stay are not necessarily the same thing. Until the court changes the order, compliance can still be required. And that's the judge's final message. He's not deciding the entire custody dispute today. He's waiting to see what everyone actually does next. She gets no sanction for today's appearance, but the existing parenting order remains in place unless another court changes it. So now the pressure shifts from courtroom arguments to courtroom compliance. Do you think Cassandra will follow the order by the deadline, or are we about to see this dispute return to court with even bigger consequences? Drop your verdict in the comments, and if you want more courtroom breakdowns like this, make sure you subscribe.